I've launched Tilly in at Tiano, and it's a beautiful day for a sail, and I've got no particular destination in mind. There's a lovely southwesterly breeze on the lake, which means it's blowing into the harbour, so I'm going to row out into the lake rather than take the trouble of clipping on the outboard. Tilly is easy to row and gets along really nicely under all. The beautiful classic launch just coming into view on the left of the screen there is the Pilgrim, a very historic vessel and a piece of local history. She was one of the first boats to work on the lake. I need to row a little way out to make sure I'm far enough upwind that I don't drift back in towards the harbour entrance while I'm hoisting the sail. But away in the distance, ahead and to windward, I can see there's a couple of trailer sailors out already, and I'm wondering if maybe I can head out and see if I can catch them up. Tilly does really well in these light conditions, and it's not long before I'm up with them. Although I've sailed Tilly for quite a while now, I realise that this is the first time that I've been able to see how she performs to windward, sailing with other boats, and I'm pleased to find she's certainly acquitted herself pretty well. But bearing away, we head north up the lake to see if we can find a spot for lunch. The wind has increased as I sail north, and I duck into this little bay in the corner of Broad Bay here, and this is always a calm spot in this wind direction. So I drop the anchor here, and there's quite a few people on the beach. The Kepler Track, one of New Zealand's great walks, runs just along the lake edge here, just above the trees. And also there is a water ski lane here as well, which gets quite busy here on weekends on a calm day. After a peanut butter sandwich and a cup of tea, I left the anchor, and we've got quite a stiff beat back to get home. And with the southerly wind, it's quite chilly, so I dressed up in my sailor suit to keep warm. Now, if you've watched some of my previous videos, it's possible that you might have noticed that Tilly has grown a bowsprit, and I'm guessing that this deserves some sort of explanation. So the Christmas New Year period was crazy busy on the water here, and so rather than head out sailing, I spent the time doing some maintenance and modifications, often finding myself in some tight spots doing a bit of boat yoga. Yeah. And the reason I use this time to make the bowsprit was due to our local sailing conditions here. So our local wind and weather takes absolutely no interest in the weather forecast, and heading out on a day when we have a lovely sailing breeze on the lake, inevitably it will change to something else, and pretty much every trip I'm reefing or taking reefs out. And what I find is that if I get down to 3 reefs, there's still quite a reasonable sail area left. And with a rising wind, at that point things can sometimes get a little bit entertaining. So it's been in my mind for a little while that it would be useful to have a small headsail. And this is not to turn Tilly into a boat with a sloop rig, but the headsail could be used when the main is dropped and be used as a storm sail to maybe run downwind to find a bolt hole, get out of the weather. And I was quite lucky to find a jib which came up, which was just about the right size, came up on Trade Me. It just needed its luff wire replacing, which had rusted through. I always find it an amazing thing to work on sails of this age. The handwork is always very meticulous, and this one had a hand spliced luff wire which was plastered in cotton and done up with hemp. So the living room was repurposed as a sail loft for a short time, and I replaced the wire luff with a length of spectra.
That they should travel endlessly over this infinite and wholly empty sea.
When I told my wife Catherine that I'd found this sail, and I told her that it was an old sail but in remarkably good condition, she was kind enough to say, "Well, it's just like you then, isn't it?" And I had a number of requirements for the bowsprit. First one is it had to be able to be stowed really neatly and out of the way in the boat, so it lives down in the bilges. Secondly, I didn't want to do any modifications or carpentry to the boat to make the bowsprit fit. I don't intend it to be a permanent fixture, so it needs to be able to be put in place and taken off quickly and easily. And of course, once it is attached to the boat, it also needs to be really solid and firmly attached. And lastly, I wanted it also to be able to be mounted and put in place while the boat was underway. And this is quite possible, but it does involve a different sort of boat yoga stretch to get in around the mast. And as I said, I have no intention of using the jib with the main. I don't want to convert Tilly into a sloop rig, but of course I did have to try it, and in the light conditions it certainly worked very nicely. And so that is why today Tilly is out and about showing off her bowsprit to the world. Sailing back in on a lovely broad reach back in towards the harbour, I was surprised how quickly we covered the ground, and Tilly seemed to be getting along very nicely. And it wasn't until I rounded up to drop the sail that I realised that the wind had actually increased quite a bit, and that's why we were going so quickly. At this point, I had intended to drop the main and hoist the jib to give it a try sailing back into the harbour. But as it turned out, the wind had increased a bit too much. It was a bit too windy. So we just sailed in using the windage of the mast to take us back in. But no question, it had certainly been a lovely day out on the water.